Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be working on issue 84 of the Moomin House from D'Agostini. Before we start, I am going to show that there is a second page or second set of instructions. I don't know that I'm going to make onions out of the clay. You know, they go through how to make these onions that you can hang off of the stove. I'm not sure if I'm going to make them or not, but I'm not going to do it in a video if I do. So let's go ahead and get the parts out, and we're going to be working on more of the wall frame. And I believe this is actually, I don't know if the external walls that we've built so far are the, there. Don't know if those are going to be the walls attached to the house, or if these are. We'll find out that as we go along. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 part ones. Let's make that 5 part ones and one end. This one I believe is going to go on the bottom because it's got the holes to match up with the wall we built in the last episode. We've got some magnets. Let's see, these are part 4. Both of these are part 4s. We got some part 3s. Actually, we got a part 3 and a part 2. Part 3 and part 2. Both have holes in them for the magnets to go into. Come on, focus. There we go. We've got, looks like 2 thinner pieces that are, actually it's 4 thinner pieces of different lengths that have a tab between them to keep them together. And that is all in this stage. So let me get some glue out. We'll put it like we've done before. We'll put it on here. I ended up forgetting to clean this small brush yesterday, so I had to throw it away. Once the glue dries in it, it's pretty much toast. Put some glue in here. And so the first thing they have you do is take one of the part 1s. I only need, or actually 2 of them. 2 of the horizontal strips, lettering up. And then they say to use 2FD. These 2 parts here. The 2 vertical strips, lettering surface to the left. So they're going to go on here like this. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and glue those together. So put some glue in this first one. Put this one on here. And some glue here in the second one. And grab a couple of clamps to hold this in place while I move on to the other part, or the other vertical part. And these, as you get them further together, they actually tend to start holding a lot better on their own. It's just they don't hold well right off the bat with just the glue. Put the glue on this side instead. Again, keeping the lettering the same direction. Grab a couple more clamps. That should please Eric a lot. Eric likes clamps. Or not. He tends to point out whenever that I use clamps a lot. And then we're going to take the remaining okay, so we're going to take the remaining 3 we're going to take the 2 of them and put them up here on the top, towards the top, to these slots here, here, and then we're going to add a 3rd one up at the very top. Again, lettering up. Making sure not to grab the one that has the holes in it. That one has to go on the bottom because those holes are where the small dowel will go to hold these together. Just throw some clamps on here to hold them in place for a few minutes. And then the last one, part 1, is going to go on the very top, up here. Just like that. Get a couple of clamps up on here to hold them in place until they set a little bit. Next thing it says to do is to put these 2 vertical strips on, making sure that the holes for the magnets are facing outwards. So 2 will go on the left side and 3 will go on the right. It's very important that the magnets face outwards, otherwise they will not work and the house will be a little bit of not going together right. I'm going to start. Okay. Just looking at this, and you'll notice that these strips do not go all the way down to the bottom. Should be able to grab clips off of the inside here. Come on, stay in place. Should be able to do just 1 clip or clamp here, maybe. That should hold them. Grab these 2 out of the center here. We're going to do the same thing over here with part 3. Again, holes for the magnets facing to the outside. And since the magnets are on these sides, and there's metal discs on the other walls, there's no need to worry about the orientation of the magnets. As long as they're in the holes, they'll be fine. Throw a clamp on here, and a clamp on here. Let's go ahead and throw this one on the top. Okay, once we have the vertical strip in there, just looking. It's further down that they talk about the magnets. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to take, oops, missed a spot, missed a step here. Yeah, missed a step of adding this last piece. the bottom piece here. Down here. And I'm going to pause here for a minute, let that set up. So let me clamp this on here, because this is the most important of the parts, most important of the horizontal strips. So I'm going to pause here for a minute, let this set up a little bit. When I come back, I'll take all the clamps off and we'll press forward. So I'll be right back. Okay, it has been about 20 minutes. So we can take all these clamps off and everything should be good. Magic word, should. So before I go any further, I'm going to just dry fit everything and make sure it's all going to actually line up and fit together. One part that is being a little bit difficult is these end pieces, which is okay. Connect slots, line vertically, blah, 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 blah. Interestingly, I find it interesting that they're going to have me still put the little wood dowel in there, even though these parts will already be glued. But I will go ahead and do what they're asking. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to paint, actually, not run. You know, I don't need to paint that. I can actually run glue straight from the bottle across here, since it is a large area. Then we'll use the glue with the paintbrush and these tabs. So then I will reinsert it just the way I had just dry fit it, to make sure that everything goes in right. And the glue, I've said this before, the glue, when you use it, now the one that was not going in very well should actually go in a lot easier now, because the glue on top of holding it in place prior to it going in place tends to lubricate it a little bit. And that went in a lot easier than it did before. So we'll get this side pushed in. Since this is a little bit more important, we're going to give this some time to dry as well. We're going to go ahead and clamp it here. These three spots where the strips are meeting. Whoop, there went one, all the way to the floor. So we're going to clamp these three spots where the strips are meeting on the edge, where the horizontal and the vertical strips are meeting. A little bit more on this one. That should be good. And then we're going to take a paper towel, wipe it across the inside edge here, where you can see some glue has seeped out. And we're going to clamp it there as well. Anywhere we can put a clamp, we're putting a clamp, just to make sure this thing holds together well, because this is one of the outside walls. So we'll set that down, and we're going to pause again for another 10 or 15 minutes to let that set up. So I will be back. Okay, that should be dry. So we're going to take these off. Actually, I'm going to take the paper towel on the inside here and see if I can get some of this build up here. There we go. I don't want that to be hampering when the walls go together. Almost looks like it might have needed to be a little bit more out, but we shall see. So now, next thing it says to do is cut this into 10mm strips. Let me double check and make sure. Yeah. It wants me to cut this into, cut 3 10mm pieces out of it. And those are going to go in those pinholes. So there's the first one almost. Use the chisel instead. There's one. The second one. Have to be a little bit careful because I have had these chisel blades break on me before. Actually, that's kind of cute. I split the dowel. Get rid of that. Instead, what we're going to do is use the nippers because they don't tend to break this, I don't think. There we go. There, and there's number 3. So as to put them in there into the holes and apply glue. I'm going to apply glue first. And then I'm going to apply glue to the bottom and then put this in here. And then I'll apply glue to the top after that. Maybe. Oh, that's not working. Let's try from the wider end. There we go. And I think mainly this is to make sure that these walls are lined up straight enough. You know, I rethought it a minute ago. These walls need to be lined up straight enough so that the interior walls will actually fit. And I think that's what these pins are. So it may have been a bad idea if the walls were not straight, to hold off as long as I did and let the glue set up a little bit. Put this third one in here. I can feel a little bit of a lip over here. Shouldn't be an issue. Squirted out some glue there. This other end. And like I said, we're just going to take a little dab of glue on either end of these dowels just to keep them in place. Not going to worry about making them flat because this is going to be inside the wall. You're not going to see it. This also may be where I'm running my wires. I'm still not sure how I'm going to run the wires inside the house. I think inside the walls is the best, but I haven't reached that point yet. And then the last thing they want us to do is to cut these dowels apart, or these wood strips apart here. And they are going to go on the edges of the wall. I went and looked at the other walls. This is actually the 4th out of 4 walls, out of the 4th out of 4 exterior walls. And I never made the connection yet, that that's how these are going to line up with the walls. This outer piece here will line up with the grooves on the other wall, on the walls that go in between. And I just looked over and realized that I'm about to make a mistake. I have not yet put the magnets in. And when I was checking on the other ones, the magnets are not that strong. They don't hold that hard on the walls. So hopefully these walls will stay in place once I try and put them on the house. So let me put some glue into these holes. Thought about putting the magnets in before I put these on. I didn't, so hopefully this will work. Hopefully it won't be a royal pain in the behind to get the magnets to go in. I mean, they are rare earth magnets, but I don't know how well they're going to hold against the little metal tabs. Started, kind of. Grab some needle nose pliers from behind me and pop that down inside there. Do the next one. And if they don't want to go in, that actually kind of makes me happy, because that means that they're not going to want to come out. Oops, that one slipped off. There we go. And you can see they are holding in a little bit of glue on the outside there. Take this third one, get it to sit flat on here. Now see, that's what I'm doing, is I'm just kind of, setting it on there. It's not in, it's at an angle. And then it won't go in when I try and push it. Oops, this one came out. Grabbed a hold of the pliers. So actually, I can push it down that way. That's actually probably an easier way. So let me do this. Get the glue in these 3 holes. And I have come up with the best method to put these magnets in on the last 3 magnets. That method being, take one of the magnets, put it flat like that on the inside of the needle nose pliers, line it up, and push it in. Let's see, that one went in way too easy. We'll have to wait and see if that glue is going to grab a hold of it or not. Try this one without the needle nose pliers. Now that one wants the pliers. And the last one, and that one went in without the pliers as well. So let me just double check all of them. Key thing is, I do not want them to come out. Okay, those are all good. That one was coming out before. That one's good. That one's good. So like I said, the last thing we have to do is take these strips. Let's see. Long corner pieces. Attach them outer edge vertical strips The short's on the top and the long's on the bottom. Put some glue here. I'm going to put the glue on the edge with the burn from the laser. Actually, I'm going to put it on the non-charred edge because I think that absorbs a little bit better. I think the char keeps it from soaking in the glue a little bit. And that's actually part of what helps the glue, is the glue soaks into both sides of the wood. Put that on there like that. Take this to the top edge. Does it show that it's been a while since I've done this because I don't remember doing this before? Or is it just that that's how long it's been since I've been able to work on the Moomin house? Grab some of the other clamps. This is where I start triggering Eric because I have so many different types of clamps handy. I just want to put these on here to make sure that it stays flush with the front edge. That should be good there. I'll take the longer one. I think they meant for me to put the longer one on first. That needs to be pushed down. Broke it loose because it was not in place. Hold that for a second. Matter of fact, what we'll do is we'll throw a clamp on this one. We'll take the long piece from the other side over to the other side, and we'll start on the bottom instead. Because it says to sand off the top edge if they don't fit. That didn't work if I did the top first. I'm just making sure that there's enough glue to hold. So we'll set this one on here like this. Take one of the small clamps, red clamps, however you want to call them. We'll clamp this together like that. And these stringers will not only hold it together, it'll also help it to hold its position a little bit. Well, it'll give it a little bit of strength. Don't think very much. So paint this one as well. This will be the last of the external walls that we have to do. Take this and I'm going to line it up straight with that first one. Line it up on the edge. Put a clamp on here. Redo that. here. Like I said, main thing is to get these to be relatively straight and even with that edge. Last one. I don't think, when I was looking at the other pieces, I had things that were both, had the char on both sides, either even on the top, on the sides of the top, on the face. Doesn't really matter because these are square pieces. I just wanted to do a little bit of consistency on these last ones. So we'll take this one, we'll butt it up against the one above it. Make sure it is flush with the front. Just start moving these ones down here. One last clamp right here in the middle. Flip this over, start putting these clamps away. And that, my friends, is all there is to do in this stage. Like I said at the beginning of the video, there are instructions on how to make quote-unquote onions. Not going to do that right now. I'm not going to do that during this video. That would be add another half hour, 45 minutes to it. I may do it. I may not. Depends on how I feel. But like I said, that's all there is to do in stage 84 of the Moomin house. Hope you're enjoying the build. I'm having a blast with it. I do like it a lot. It is a little bit more challenging than the Disney house. I am working on both. Disney house is a lot easier, not as much straight building like this. But this one, like I said, has a lot more building. I like that as well. Clean up this glue. Both of them have their pluses. Both of them have some minor minuses, not very many. But all in all, both are really good builds. So if you're enjoying this content, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Leave a comment. I will respond. I love to respond to comments. I want to know what you're thinking, what you think of the builds. With that, I'm going to say take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video or stream.
Buckman's Modelmania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Buckman's Modelmania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models.